If you love the fast-paced movement of Titanfall and the mission-based structure of Helldivers, you have to check out Far Far West. It currently has a playtest going on and it's live until November 6th, so it ends in less than a week. But let me tell you what I like about the game. So a couple days ago, a friend of mine found this game and we started playing it together, not thinking much of it. It is just a playtest and the game says it's gonna be in development for over 2 years still, and then it's gonna hit early access. So our expectations were quite low, and we thought we would play it for about an hour and that'd be done. But instead it has a really good gameplay loop and is very polished at that, with many mechanics. And at the time of recording this, I have about 15 hours in the playtest, which is nuts because I usually don't even make it to 10 hours in most games. So let's start off with the movement. At first, you'll feel very slow. You got one jump, you got a little dash, and there's no run button, so the quickest way to get around is on horseback. While this is very fast, your movement will upgrade significantly over time, as you can have these character tweaks that introduce more jumps, as well as reducing gravity, making you jump farther and faster. And there's also elemental abilities, and specifically in the electric line, there are more dashes, teleports, you name it. And eventually you go from barely moving at all to really zipping around the level, to the point where you jump off your horse, dash forward, jump a couple times just to get over a canyon. There's these carriages that can launch you forward, and combining that with the jumps and dashes, you can make it hundreds of meters in seconds. And while you're waiting on your friends to change their loadout, you can hippity hop around the lobby level, suddenly go from rooftop to rooftop, and you find yourself on top of a mountain, where you're talking to a carrot with a cowboy hat, who's also a bounty hunter. So yeah, the game can get a little silly at times, and that is a huge part of the charm, honestly. The loadouts can vary quite a lot. There's a variety of weapons already. Each of these have base upgrades, which will enhance your damage, reload speed, fire rate, stuff like that. And then the sidearms even have elemental damage, which go from fire, electric, and acid. But they also have their own tweaks. Some of them you can find by completing secrets out in the levels, and others you just have to buy or gamble for. And these range from not being that helpful and more joke-like, to actually being pretty damn good. This is the same for your character, where you can level up your base stats for spell cooldowns and HP, but also introduce in more tweaks. Having a farther cooldown for a specific element, more jumps, lower gravity, amongst many others. Then there's also your elemental spells, and there's 4 categories here: electric, acid, fire, and voodoo. As mentioned before, the electric line really focuses on movement, but there is one attack spell in there as well, and it can actually work together with some of the other ones to create whole new, more powerful spells. As for example, if you combine the acid geyser with the regular electric strike, you create a huge explosion, creating multiple geysers that spew out everywhere, and suddenly the entire field is covered in electric. Similarly, if you combine acid pulse with a fire beam, you create a large fire tornado that rips around the stage, mostly seemingly following you in particular. I'm not sure what you did, but definitely it was something to anger the fire gods. Then let's talk levels. There's a variety of different areas to play in, and these range from your general western desert to a toxic-filled Area 41, as well as the woodlands that you can unlock later down the line by completing quests. So when choosing a level, you get shown a selection of missions, and each of these have a different boss. There's up to 3 in the playtest, as well as a special way of summoning them, which there's 3 as well in this playtest, giving you a bit of variety. The way of summoning them, as well as the boss, are randomized, giving a bit more replayability. These 2 things are your main objectives. Go out to the summoning place, do whatever you have to do, albeit make a nuke, a giant bomb, or literally summon a key into existence, and then go over to the boss and kill it. And these are some large enemies, which is full spectacle. It's really fun. It goes completely bananas with all the giant fire tornadoes and acid geysers everywhere. Then in the level itself, there's a bunch of side objectives as well, similarly to Helldivers, where you have like the lighter station or a stratagem jammer. In Far Far West, you have these little missions to do as well. They give you a bit of extra gold or souls, which you can spend on your upgrades. Besides the visible objectives on the map, there's also tiny other things like you can mine for more gold, or those buildings you gotta blow up, which reward even more souls. There's a variety of enemies, and depending on the difficulty, it not only creates more enemies, but it also introduces whole new enemies, which are even tougher, as well as danger areas amongst other threats you gotta watch out for, giving the difficulties more of a meaning rather than just here are more enemies that are tougher. Your HP stays the same throughout all difficulties, but because you get a lot more like stronger enemies, as well as giant hordes of them, it will be a lot tougher, but still fair. There's also this dude called Willy Billy. He isn't in all maps, I think he's only in Far West, but you can do little side quests for him, which reward you with eventually the Woodlands map, which is something nice and extra to do during your playthrough, so there's a lot to do on one of those maps. And yet it sounds like a lot. But because you move so fast and you have so much power eventually in the game, you just kind of blast through everything. It's really fun. It's chaotic, but very fun. Also, the music of this game is amazing. Take a listen to this. And while I can ramble on about this game for a lot longer, let me end it here. So again, if you're looking for a fun co-op shooter, be sure to check out Far Far West. It's a really great game. It currently has the free playtest, but you gotta be quick, as in a couple days it will be over. And I'm not sure when the next playtest is gonna be, but I do hope soon, because I need more of this game in my life. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye everyone.